What's going on, everybody? It's the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. This is Naf. Just coming back from Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And it was a roller coaster game. I mean, honestly, OKC was in control of it most of the game, but Indiana just stayed around, stayed around. I think they got to what, like, was it 4 points in
Two,
that fourth quarter? Two
two,
points?
2 points, 95, 93.
Yeah, that wasn't insane. They were holding it. They came back. I thought OKC was going to let go of it or get away with it earlier, but they stuck around and now OKC at the end they've won two clutch games in a row. Pretty good by them and by their standards. And I don't know, like it's a 3-2 OKC lead. Decent game. Same full court press stuff that we've been seeing every game. What'd you think, Naf?
Yeah, this was an interesting game. I think that it was just a little, you could really tell like it was too much for Indiana, but I kind of felt like OKC was about to like run away with it. I thought it would almost like blow up into like a 20 point, 25 point victory, but honestly, like I was surprised, but Indiana stayed in there
Yeah.
thanks to TJ McConnell pretty much and Pascal Siakam. Honestly, like the only two players that really showed up on the offensive side of the ball for them. But they didn't really have anyone besides those two. I mean, we could talk about Tyrese Halliburton with an absolutely abysmal game. I know there's the injury rumors
Yeah.
in his calf and whatnot, but like if you're out there, like we're just I mean, if you're out there, we're gonna just judge you based on what we expect. That's my criteria. Like the injury excuse isn't enough. I mean, he was just getting absolutely smothered all game. It's like he couldn't get around anyone. He couldn't get past anybody on defense. I know
Right.
sort of in game 4, same thing, like the torture chamber. Just kind of had him in hell. So yeah, I mean, just absolutely ridiculous defense from Lou Dort. And I mean, you can't have that type of game if you're Tyrese Halliburton in game 5. I mean, his stat line was disgusting. I think he had 4 points. He didn't make one shot. I think he's the first All NBA player to not make a shot in the NBA Finals since like 1958 or something in the 50s. So like that just shows like how abysmal it is. 7 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, just an all around bad game from Tyrese, and that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, you can't have no field goals made in a game 5 at 2-2. You cannot do that. Honestly, just seeing Tyrese's career this whole time, I expect games where you're just gonna get like 10, 8, and like 6 rebound, 10, 8, and 8 or something. Like I
10,
think
8, and 8, they would have
yeah.
taken that.
Yeah, I'll take that. Like I think that, but people get mad at that. He got those kind of stat lines earlier, and people are mad. Like you should be getting 20, you should
That's
be getting
because the
25.
superstar thing, bro. He's not a
Yeah,
superstar. Like people need
yeah,
to
so,
realize, like stop dubbing him a superstar. Like he's not a superstar.
yeah, exactly. He's not a superstar, and 34 minutes. He still played 34 while missing some of the time when he left. It's just, yeah, he shouldn't have done that bad. 7 and 6 assists, but man, Siakam played a good game. He had 28 points, made his threes. Aaron Nesmith, another good game. Turner, I mean, Turner was all right. Nemhard was not great, but yeah, they needed more from Tyrese. Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell, man, still playing very well off the bench. TJ McConnell is crazy, man. Just
TJ
an
McConnell was
insane game by
insane
him.
today. I don't know why they took him out. I think let me look when Carlisle took him out. I think Carlisle took him out in like 11 in the beginning of the fourth, and then he didn't put him back in until like 3 minutes when the game was like out of hand. So
Too late,
I
yeah.
know he was getting a lot on the internet. Pacers fans were really mad at Carlisle for the rotations
Hmm.
this game. And yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, TJ
Well,
McConnell seems like he was the only him and Siakam were like the only ones that could like get their own shots and like were the only
yeah.
ones that were creating anything on offense. Other than that, they had absolutely no one. So I don't
They
understand that move
yeah,
either.
Matherin could not buy a shot either today, 2 for 11. Probably getting away with it this game because Tyrese was so bad. So everyone's gonna just be hating on him. But Benedict did not have a good game.
He didn't have a good game 4 either. He after
Yeah,
that game 3 explosion, he
yeah,
was really bad in game 4. That's the thing with
Inc-
Matherin. He's inconsistent,
inconsistent.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like the problem also with Indiana is like he's one of the few players that they have to rely on to like
Yeah.
get their own shot that could like just cook them, like go to work. But that's like his one of the few players that can do that on Indiana, and he's just been absolute ghost these past 2 games. So yeah, ugly stuff, man.
Tony Bradley's getting minutes today. I was shocked at that. I don't know
He just
about
came
you.
back today, no? I think this was his
I
first
don't.
game back. He was injured. I think he had
Yeah,
like a hip injury, but I don't understand that either. I don't
yeah.
understand why they're just throwing him in there.
They're just throwing him like crazy. Like, yeah, I
This is
just
why I guess this is why Carlisle's getting heat for his rotations, man. Just like I don't know what he was doing.
yeah, I know he did play a little bit in earlier playoff games this year. He played
Yeah, he played a lot in the Knicks series.
yeah, in the Knicks, a little bit, very little in the Cavs. Barely played in that one, but I guess he just threw him out. He's just trying something out. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
probably took too long to mention it, but this was the J Dub game, man. This
yeah,
was the Jalen Williams
gotta give
game.
props. Yeah, this
I mean,
was
this is probably not just one of the best performances in the finals this year. I think this is just one of the best performances, two-way performances in the entire NBA like season and playoffs. I
yeah,
mean, the way that he just absolutely carried their offense. I mean, Shea had a great game too, but like it was
mhm,
all J Dub, man. Like he has this like one like this floater that he goes to. He almost has like this fadeaway that he can hit. I mean, it just seems like he was just absolutely cooking. They had no answer for him, man. And then yeah, I mean, even when it was like a 2-point game, and then Shea like drove on that one possession, and then kicked it out to Dort, and then Dort kicked it to Jalen Williams. I think that was pretty much like the game there.
yeah.
And then it went from like 95 to 93 to like 100 to 93. So I mean, that was just insane performance from J Dub. One of the best two-way
Yes.
performances you're gonna see, honestly.
That was one. Is that one of the best NBA performances in NBA Finals history? It's got
Oh
to be
man,
right. It's
I
got
don't
to
know.
be.
There's a lot of good performances in NBA Finals history, man. I don't know about that. I mean, there's so many 50-point games. I mean, just like Giannis, LeBron. I mean, MJ, Shaq. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, even Curry's had like I mean, a career.
Yeah.
I think it's not even the most points scored by a Thunder player in the NBA Finals. I think that's actually still Russell Westbrook.
Oh wow, that's a
Uh,
big time stat right there.
Yeah, let me look up
Um,
Westbrook's stat line when he dropped 42 in the finals against Miami. But no, I don't. I mean, I don't think it's one of the best. No, I mean, there's just so many finals, like
all
classic finals
right,
games.
I'm gonna say it right now. One of the
Maybe
best NBA.
this season for sure, like all around season. Yeah.
How about this? I'm saying this best NBA Finals performance of the last of the 2020s. I'm going with that. 40-point J Dub was going inside when they needed it. His physicality was
Wait,
big
what?
time.
Best NBA performance of the 2020s NBA Finals
One one
performance?
one of the one of the best NBA
Oh,
Finals
one of the
performances.
best. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
that's
yes.
fine. I thought as
Yeah.
long as you didn't say the best.
No, no, it's not the best. It's not the best. There's been some big time games,
Yeah, it's
but
like Giannis's 50 is probably the best.
yeah, that was gonna say yeah. That's the first one that comes to mind. But 40 for J Dub, really 40 points on 25 shots is crazy. Made his threes. It's a good 3-point game for the OKC Thunder. Finally, they finally came through there, and they scored from three. Let's see here. They had 14 for 32 for 44%. So finally a big time 3-point game. I've been saying it. They finally had it. Even though they should have had it, they needed it last game, but I guess they got away with it without doing it. Just some weird games. Shea, I mean, zero assists to 10 assists. 4 blocks for Shea is big time stuff. He played very well
Yeah,
on defense. Stole the ball a few times, a couple times on some
they
key
had a
moments.
great defensive game.
Yeah, he played very well. People, are slacking on him and stuff on the defensive end, but he's still a good defender.
No, he's above average defender,
Yeah,
man.
no, he is, but people don't like because he's like the worst defender of of the Dort, Isaiah, Jalen, Chet, all those guys. He just doesn't look as good, but he played
Yeah,
very
I
well
mean
today.
that's like being like the worst like Miss
Yeah,
America winner, bro. Like you're
yeah,
still gonna like you're
no,
still,
absolutely.
it's not like you're ugly, just like you're like the worst out of like a unbelievable like defender. So it's like, it's not he's just surrounded by so many good like defenders that he's just sort of like a victim of it.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren 4 for 15, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Even my bird Abu's getting mad at him. Not a great game from Chet. And let's see, Dort, another a very good game. We got lucky on a bank three in the middle of the game, third quarter, I think, or fourth quarter was it that he banked in that 3-pointer?
Yeah, I think it was the third quarter, but he also hit like a big three in the fourth quarter to like ice the game. I think that was what that was later in the fourth though. Straight away, just his threes like have so much arc on him. His shot, but
Yeah.
man, he's been shooting. He's been shooting well. His 3 point, his 3 point shot's been falling all finals. So I mean, Lou Dort's been absolutely also another just crazy defender, insane defender, and his offense actually hasn't been that bad. So yeah, I mean, crazy, crazy. I mean, it's gonna be hard, man. Like I feel like it's pretty much. I don't know what Indiana can do. I mean, if you have like TJ McConnell and Pascal are like the only ones that show up, like you almost need like 3 or 4 guys to show up, and I honestly don't even think they have
Yeah.
that many guys that can drop like to over 20. So I think I
Tyrese
don't
is
know.
hurt too. It's gonna be tough.
Tyrese is hurt,
Extra.
like you said. It's gonna be tough, man. This is why I said they needed to win like game 4,
Yeah,
and
yeah. It was a
that
good.
was this
Yeah.
is why they needed to go up 3-1. Now I just don't see. I think it's probably over in Indiana actually.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Casey Wallace finally made a 3-pointer in the series. That's good to see. 3 from 4 today, made his threes. I think it was a big time Indiana turnover game. I feel like
Yeah.
they if they actually didn't turn the ball over, they probably would have had chances
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, for sure. No, that's what we mentioned before, like the series.
Yeah,
Like if they gotta win the turnover battle, they gotta win the points off turnovers. So they did not this game. You cannot turn the ball over 23 times, which is what they had this game. And
This-
which OKC scored 32 points off those 23 turnovers. So it's a
I haven't
recipe
seen
for
this.
disaster.
I don't know the historical stats, but everyone in the starting lineup had at least one steal. Two players on the bench of the OKC Thunder had 4 steals with Kaysen and Caruso. That's crazy.
15
Just
steals is crazy.
yeah, that's insane.
It's a
15 of
lot
what?
of steals. 15 of that.
22 turnovers was it, or
Yeah,
23
23
turnovers?
turnovers for Indiana. So man, I just don't know. I mean, if you're Indiana, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I
Conceded 32
mean,
points off those turnovers too.
yeah, 32 points. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just like, also, I feel like Indiana was just like getting downhill because they're sending like those high pick and rolls with Shea.
Yeah,
And the Indiana defenders kept going over for some reason. I don't know why they're going over so high. I don't know if that was just the game plan. I thought that was confusing. I would not go over those screens. I would just go under or even like trap Shea, to be honest. I guess I get why they didn't trap Shea. Because I thought the role players too, like Aaron Wiggins, finally they just play better at home. I mean, that's what it is with both of these teams. Like the role players have been showing up at home. What did Wiggins have? I think Wiggins had a solid
14 points, 4 for 7 for three.
yeah, he was hitting his threes compared to like where he hit like no threes last game. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. Anyway, going back to like the high pick and roll with Shea, I just don't understand why the Pacers go over. So I don't know why they don't either go under or just trap Shea that high. But I feel like
yeah.
Shea was just getting downhill and he was just
Oh,
making the right
easily.
reads. Yeah,
Yeah,
easily, like getting in the
easily.
paint and then kicking it out and making the right read. Even J Dub too, like the 2-man game with Shea and J Dub, which is kind of what like cooked them in clutch time
Yeah,
in game 4. It kind of cooked them again. I
yeah.
mean,
I don't get why they didn't do more traps and stuff like that. That's
yeah,
what worked
yeah,
and stuff.
like especially like
Uh,
Shea.
Yeah, I didn't get they because like every time they did a screen, like the guy that was guarding him was if it was
Switch.
Nemhard or yeah,
Yeah.
they just got cooked and they couldn't get back in position.
Yeah, I mean Neesmith too. Neesmith in game 4, like Shea was absolutely like cooking Neesmith in game 4, and I don't know. Neesmith kind of has been like getting like cooked this game too. I mean,
Yeah,
I think Nemhard's doing a good job, but other than that, there's not really anyone that can stay in front of Shea on Indiana. So when they're getting those switches, like he's just absolutely like getting to his spots, and I don't know. I just feel like they need to do something about that. Like it might be too little, too late, but you got to do something in game 6.
it's crazy because it's been inconsistent with their defensive like strategy and
Game
stuff.
plan.
So I don't know, like
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know
I
if they're
mean
just trying to like zag or like try to throw curveballs, or like one game they try this and then the next game they try that. But I think maybe like the in-game adjustments, they're just not enough for that from Carlisle. Which is funny
for this
because we
game,
said like
yeah,
that's the one advantage they have is coaching, but
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
between
he's
like
been
the
doing very
rotation,
good. He's been
huh?
doing well, but just like
Yeah,
today, I feel like yeah, and
yeah,
like
but
the
this
last
game,
game,
like the rotations and like the
yeah,
in-game adjustments, I just feel like this was not a good Carlisle game. Yeah,
yeah.
I would not have went with the strategy he did. So yeah,
Especially, I mean, it's crazy. Even with all this, if just the turnovers, they got like 5 less turnovers, they probably would have had a chance to win the game. So
I'm surprised
I
it
don't
was
know.
even that close. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, I thought they were gonna like run away with it, but to be
yeah,
honest, like Nemhard kind of threw the game at the end. I thought he had like 3 turnovers, or he just like threw
yeah,
the ball away, and it like
yeah.
led to like
An easy fast
dunks, like
break
the Case and
or
Wallace
free
dunk.
throws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like 95. I think it was like 95, 93. And he just threw it away to Case and Wallace, and man, I thought Nemhard was bad down the stretch on offense, and that's just what happens when you can't expect a guy to play like full court defense all game, especially on Shea, and then be
yeah.
your primary ball handler at the end of the game. I would not put the ball handler duties in Nemhard's hands. He was probably gassed. I mean, that's probably what led to those decisions. So, man,
What you think of the refs tonight?
I
Flores
thought
is
the
asking.
I thought the officiating was fine tonight. I do have a problem with
Yeah,
the officiating last game though. I thought the
last game was
officiating in
nice.
game 4 was absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
Especially Scott Foster. I mean, Scott Foster, that was a classic, the extender. They don't call him the extender for nothing, man. That was a classic
Yeah.
Scott Foster game 4. I mean, just the way like his theatrics and like the way he would make calls, man. He knew the spotlight was on him. I
Just
thought
got
game 4
to.
was absolute. I thought game 4 was disgusting, honestly. Like the
I will say
officiating.
this. I will say
This game
this.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with game four. Game five. Game four was it problematic, but I will say like it was on both sides. I don't know. I don't think it was like one sided, right? Where it was like super bad on one side. I feel like both teams got like shit calls.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No, I don't think it was like
I,
egregious. Like, oh,
yeah,
they're like clearly trying to let
yeah. Because
it
that
was just
flagrant foul on
that one
that
Shea
flip.
play where he
Yeah,
extended his arm. That's what I think most people had beef with, and the travel. But
but that they
um,
called a flagrant, which I didn't even think it was a flagrant or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, the flagrant calls in that game were like so like crazy. Like I don't know what that they're like. Some I thought were a flagrant, ended up not being a flagrant, ended up being a flagrant. I don't know. It was weird. The Obi Toppin
Yeah,
one. I
yeah,
don't know. That was a weird officiated game. It was just so inconsistent too. Like it's not, and it's crazy because like the first few games were like they were well officiated. So
yeah. No
I
problem with
mean
any of the
that was
games.
that was the one game this series where it was like whoa, it was just super inconsistent, calling tacky fouls, terrible flagrant calls. Yeah, I did not like game 4. But Indiana should have won game 4. So I mean
They had it.
they cannot put it all on the refs. Yeah, they absolutely had
Honestly,
it.
like trying to think of like adjustments for game six and stuff, like I feel like there's not that many. Just go back to what worked in games one and three, and just don't turn the ball over. Execute on the 3 pointers, and I don't know. I feel like you just got to play
Was
your
it
game.
last
Just
game
keep playing.
that OKC won 3 of 17 from 3, right? That was
Yes,
game 4 and they still
yes,
won the game.
yes.
Man, that's so bad. That's so um adjustments. Yeah, man, just get those vacation plans ready for for
Whoa,
Indiana. I
whoa.
mean, like we said, like you have to like switch it up on defense on Shea. You can't let him get downhill. J Dub too. Just let anyone else beat you. I think that um you can't have if Tyrese is hurt, like Tyrese can't have the game that because TJ McConnell is probably not gonna have the game he had today. I think
Mhm.
Pascal can have the game. I think we could Pascal's been their best player all series, to be honest.
Yes,
I think we can rely on him to have another great game. But I don't know if it's gonna be like you need TJ McConnell, like Obi Toppin, Benedict Mathurin. Like I don't think Nemhard's offensive game has been good this series, but that's probably because he has the Shea duties. So Neesmith, like someone else has to help Siakam, man. And Tyrese Halliburton cannot go 0 for 6. So you need that wild card, and you need Tyrese to, I mean, at least like play make or something, man. You don't need him to drop 20 plus, but man,
nah,
at least get him like a 15 point, 10 assists, like one
yeah,
of
not
those
asking too
games.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not asking for much of your Indiana, but yeah, I don't know.
Matherin's gotta
I
play
don't see
better
it.
too and make his
Matherin,
shots.
yeah. I mean, I don't know who else they have that can. Yeah, I mean,
6
today was
turnovers is a
TJ
lot by
McConnell.
Siakam. Siakam had a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, but that's just Indiana. I mean, OKC's defense. It's like
Yeah,
their defense is so good. Like I don't know how they even score. To be honest, like watching them play
yeah,
against OKC, like every time they like get an open look, I'm like surprised. Like dang, it's like they're working so hard just to get like looks, man. Like it's just so draining.
yeah,
It's like a bunch of like Doc Ox on defenses, like all those super long arms, man. Just like
yeah, yeah,
I don't know what you're supposed to do. I mean, you can see with Tyrese, like he can't even get around, like he can't even get past the perimeter. Like he
yeah,
tries. I mean, you saw like in game 4, those airball threes, like
Yeah.
rough offensive game for him at the clutch time there.
Man, if Jalen Williams had a block, then every player in the starting lineup would have had a steal and a block, and that's got to be like a first in the NBA Finals or something, or playoffs or something. That would
Yeah.
have been
Oh,
crazy.
that'd be good. We need to get our fake statistician to look into that, which
We
is
got a stat
we gotta
here.
look into it.
I got a stat here. Shea and Jalen Williams scored and assisted on 103 points tonight. That is most by a duo in an NBA Finals game in the last 50 years. How about
Oh
that?
wow, really?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Most scored or assisted on 103 points. Damn.
Yeah, that's
I mean, yeah, Shea and
good
I
duo right
mean,
there.
there's been like there's a little like J Dub. I'm seeing like NBA Finals MVP, but that's a little crazy.
No. But
After
it
that
is crazy.
game,
There was a lot of rumors I think it was last year where OKC was in the playoffs and they're like, man, is J Dub like a second guy? Can he like create? Can he be that second guy and stuff? Because he had a couple bad games, I think in the Dallas series, I want to say.
yeah,
And
last
like
year, yeah,
and they were like, oh, he's not being
yeah, a couple
aggressive
bad
and
games
stuff
against
like that.
Denver this year too.
Yeah. So I mean, he came through in the biggest stage. So got to give props to
Hey
him
man,
for coming out.
he's taking a huge leap. I mean, we even said it a few months ago. Like he's the clear number 2 option on this team.
Yeah.
Before before the playoffs, we were talking about J Dub and Chet, and we're like, listen, like J Dub is the number 2 on this team. He's just taking like a huge leap, man. To like do this in the finals is like insane from compared to where he was last year.
Yeah.
Which is why like sometimes like that was his first NBA playoff appearance, so it's like you gotta be patient with some of these players. Like you got to give them some time. You can't just like hop on and just like trash them right away.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. It's 3-2 going back to Indiana. Do you think they got a shot? Indiana, do they have a
Yeah,
shot
they
to
have
get
a
a
shot for
7?
sure. I mean, it's a long shot, I think, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
To win Game 6 is obviously a shorter shot, but to win the series, I think it's a long shot. I don't. I think OKC wins Game 6. I think Indiana's done. I don't see what they can do. To be honest, I think that Game 4 was pretty much like we said. We said whoever wins the Game 4 is going to win the series, and
Yeah.
that was just. I think that was it for Indiana. I just don't see what they can do. To be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, it just depends on Tyrese how healthy he is and stuff like that. If he's gonna play like that, it's good. It's good to get your, like you said, vacation plans ready and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's so unpredictable. I've not been able to. Maybe the last couple of games, we've been right on it. OKC was gonna come out after that 2-1 deficit, but it's so hard to predict, man. I'm just gonna go with it. I gotta trust the stats. I gotta trust how OKC's played all year. I do think they will finish in 6 again, and they will be the NBA champs. But we'll see. Thursday, Indiana surprised us a couple times. Honestly, they should have been up 3. They should have been up 3-1 coming into this game and up 3-2 going into Game 6. That should have happened. But
Yeah, they're gonna be pinching themselves over that Game 4.
yeah,
Man. That was a disastrous collapse of
yeah,
pretty
you
much
got
the whole game, double digits, and then yeah, you just can't lose games like that in the finals with such slim margins, man.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get to some other big news. One of the bigger NBA trades one of the bigger NBA trades this season has happened. Desmond Bane, an absolute. I don't know if it is or not, but it could be a huge overpay. It could be not. But what was it? 4 first rounders, KCP and Cole Anthony, for Mr. Desmond Bane. Whoa!
Or first
Before
rounders.
we
What?
Tamir's saying can't say they should be up 3-1 when Thunder lost game 1. Absolutely. When the clutch games they kind of, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but Pacers have won. That was their thing this whole
I
playoffs
mean,
is
they
win
were
those
still
clutch
up double
games.
digits, and I
Yeah,
mean, they both should have. Thunder should have won Game 1, and Indiana should. I
yeah.
mean, but they didn't. And then we went to Game 4, and they should have. I mean, Indiana should have won Game 4. That was just,
I get it. It evens out and stuff
it
like
is
that.
evens
But
out. Yeah,
but
yeah, it
but
does
I do
even out.
think Indiana is like that's their thing, right? Like kind of finishing it up in the clutch and stuff. So they shouldn't have lost that game when they were up, and like
Yeah,
they
like we
always
had
win the
those
close
clutch
games.
stats, and then the next game, like OKC just absolutely like shits on the clutch stats and like just like
Yeah.
absolutely in game 4 just comes back down double digits. Shea drops I think 15 in the 4th, so that was crazy.
But yeah, let's just get to the Desmond Bane stuff. I mean, just I'm gonna
It was a
straight up
pick
ask
swap
you.
too, right?
Yeah,
It
and a
was a
pick
pick
swap.
swap.
What year is that pick swap? Do you have the trade in front of you?
No, let me pull up the trade. Let me pull
What
up the trade.
really came out of nowhere, honestly. A good fit for Orlando, to be honest. I like what they're doing there. Desmond Bane was my third best player in the
Oh yeah,
league.
yeah. I was gonna. Oh, I forgot where I ranked him. Do you remember where I ranked him? Did I rank him 5th?
I want to say, yeah, I want to say you did rank him fifth.
And then I had I think I had Austin Reeves one,
You had Reeves one for sure.
and then I think I had
I
Chet too.
Yeah, I can't remember where you had
Yeah,
Chet,
yeah, I had Chet too. I had
Porzingis,
Chet
and
too. I had
Mobley,
Chet too.
and then you had what? Mobley 3 and
Mobley
Porzingis
3,
4.
Porzingis 4, and then I think I
Yeah,
had Bane 5.
yeah.
But yeah. I was gonna look at it. But yeah, I had him at the 5th. Yeah, I mean the fit is good. Hold on, let me pull up the trade. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, pretty good fit. And they did give up a lot. I mean, Cole Anthony is even like a decent player and stuff. Like, not like the greatest, but a pretty good hustler. Plays decent D. KCP is a good um, role player and
KCP.
stuff. Yeah,
KCP was atrocious last year.
yeah, but I mean, he's still like a
KCP, the reason they have to give him a pick is because of KCP's
yeah,
contract. He's on 2 for 44, like, and he's not even worth like less. He's like worth it like less than a mid level now. Like how bad he was last year. Like
yeah.
if he was out in the market right now, like he would legit fetch probably like I don't know, like 8 mil, like 8 to 10 million a year. Like
Yeah,
he was so bad last year, man. Like that's a reason they had to add another one of the first round picks was definitely just to get off KCP. That
I'm
was
surprised at how big of a drop off he had. He did have a big drop off and stuff, but
he
like
was
shooting wise,
atrocious last year.
but I mean, he's still like just one bad year. He's had a great, decent career of being a good role player and stuff like that. So,
No, I mean he
um,
was clutch
yeah,
like on the Denver Nuggets
Denver
finals
Nuggets,
team, but man, he's
yeah,
like 32 now.
yeah,
I think that they might just try and flip KCP. I don't know if Memphis is gonna use him, but
right,
yeah, Cole Anthony I think is also on a is he on an expiring too, I think. So I don't know if
yeah,
they might try to flip Cole Anthony or I don't know why they it's interesting because there's like two sides to the coin here. Some people think that they're like leaning towards blowing it up in Memphis, but
yeah.
I
We
don't
don't
think
know.
so. What do you think?
I don't know. I think I heard reports that they're going to try to build around Jaw and JJJ and just kind of have those picks there and stuff and just stay young
That
and
makes
stuff.
more sense to me. I don't know. I don't
Yes,
understand like
they have
Jaws like
some.
what 25, Triple J's like what
Yeah,
26. Like there's no point in just going back into the
yeah,
lottery to try to get it. I mean, your hope is to get another Jaw. Like you
yeah,
might as well try to see. I think what they acquired these picks for is really to maybe see if they could flip them into like which is who I would have targeted if I was Orlando. I would have not went after Desmond Bane. Personally, I would
hmm
have went after Trey Murphy. I
okay,
think maybe Memphis might be lining up to acquire like use some of those picks to acquire like a Trey Murphy because I
yeah,
think they're still going to try and compete in the
yeah.
West.
They should.
Yeah. They're going to obviously I think they wanted to get off Desmond Bane's contract and I think that was the reason for the deal because Triple J is coming up for an extension, so I think they're going to have to pay him relatively soon, if not this summer, next summer. But I think like soon there will be a Triple J extension, which is going to be a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's even been murmurs of like they might be like some Giannis buzz with these picks. So I don't know if they could use some of
That'd
these.
be
There's
insane.
some high quality picks. I mean,
That Phoenix pick is
that
crazy in
Phoenix pick
26.
next
It's
year, right?
juicy. Yeah,
Next year, that
2026.
could be like a top 5 pick.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
juicy.
insane. That's why I don't know why the Magic did it. To be honest, I mean I get why they did it, but I think they gave up a lot. Like
They think
even
they
if
can probably make the NBA Finals next year or something. I think that's what they thought they were a trade away like that. I mean, they were a seventh seed, but they weren't really a seventh seed. Um, so
well, I
I
just
think
thought the East is going to be wide open now.
yes. So no Boston next year as a true championship candidate. I don't know. I think it is a slight overpay. I mean, yeah, basically what it's five. Basically, it's like 4 picks and a pick swap and Cole Anthony.
4 picks,
Um,
pick swap, KCP, Cole
yeah,
Anthony. 4 unprotected first round picks, by the way.
yeah. I mean, Desmond Bane is probably should be worth like 3 first round picks and stuff. So they probably overpaid by like a
Well, that one
pick.
pick is one of the picks was to get off KCP for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
So I guess three
yeah.
three
Plus like getting.
unprotected first and a pick swap.
So it's not like
Well, what
it's
did
not
Bridges go for? 5?
5. Yeah,
Was it? I don't think there was any players in the Mikal Bridges deal, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, any.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I guess that's like sort of like these 3 and D guys. Like this is just sort of like what they're going for,
Yeah.
in the market. So I don't know.
I will say
It's a lot.
I kind of would have liked them to get more of like a true point guard and stuff.
That's what everyone's saying. Like they
Yeah,
need a like true point guard, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Paolo does handle the ball a lot, so maybe they feel like
We're just trusting that.
they trust Paolo to be like their playmaker.
Hmm.
As opposed to like cashing out for maybe like I know there's been like a lot of Anthony Simons to the Magic buzz, but
It's
I
even
don't
the
know
same
how that
thing. Like,
fit.
yeah,
Yeah, they would still, and then they're gonna have to pay like the point guard, and now they're gonna be like they're locked up with. They're I don't know if they're a second apron team, but they're gonna be like
right
tied up
there.
with cash
Oh yeah,
between Franz, Desmond Bane, and
and
Paolo
Caro.
Banchero. So
Yeah,
it's definitely like an all-in move. Like, I mean, we'll see if it pays off. I personally, I mean, I had Desmond Bane ranked 5th. I like his like obviously he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, easily top 10 for
hmm,
sure, maybe even higher.
hmm,
But I think his defense is like okay. It's nothing like spectacular. I think that's why I would have targeted like Trey Murphy instead. But I will say Desmond Bane is a better playmaker. Like his playmaking was
yeah.
actually, I don't know how many assists he averaged last year, but I
It
think playmaking. I think he averaged like over 5 assists this season. So I think his playmaking is pretty like underrated. So I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's and like you said that Anthony Simons, like they were targeting him instead of Bain. Like they probably could have probably spent less on that, uh, and maybe would have been marginally better, like not that much different than having Bane and stuff. I don't know. Like you might be right there. Like they could have just given
Oh,
like
you
3 picks
yeah, and
for
got like
Simons and that's it.
Simons, but I think
Yeah,
Bane is probably a better player.
yeah, he
So
is.
yeah, so I
But like
think
I mean, I
that's
don't know. Like the Magic probably would have won like a decent amount of games before this trade. Like we probably would have
yeah.
thought they were like a top 5 team in the East. Now, do you
Oh
think
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
for
top
sure.
3?
Yeah,
Not
no,
top
that's a
2,
good
3?
point. I don't know, like, where does
Like
this
not
really
much
like
different.
move them? Does this like move the
Yeah,
needle for you? Like, are they better than like the Pacers? Like, do
yeah.
they jump any teams in the East for you? Like after this deal, I mean, we got to see what else
That's a
they
good
do.
question.
But like, I guess
That's
the one
hard.
team is like the Knicks. Like, do you have like the Magic better than the Knicks next year? I mean, we got to see who the Knicks hire and
Maybe
stuff, but
it's tough
I
to
don't
say
even think
now.
they
Yeah.
jumped the Knicks yet. Like, I still think they have like obviously Jalen Suggs will come back. Um,
So yeah,
well,
we can confidently say they're jumping the Pistons.
yeah,
The
they should jump
Bucks,
the
they're jumping the
Pistons.
Bucks.
Yeah, the
They're
Bucks
jumping
are
the
gonna
Bucks,
be the Bucks would yeah, I don't I mean
and
just
then
for
they're
now. There's still so
the
much
Celt-
off season, but right now, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Let's just say for now, the jumping the Celtics. So now it's just the Cavs, Knicks, Pacers. Um, yeah, and like maybe like you said, it's maybe Knicks and probably not Cavs. I don't know. Cavs probably seems
No, Cavs are better. Cavs are
yeah.
better.
So I mean, yeah, I don't. I think it moves them up like 1 or 2 spots. Like I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You got
think I think I agree with you.
yeah,
I think that right now they're in that tier. Like right now, I think the Cavs and Pacers are honestly in their own tier.
yeah,
And then maybe I think they're in that next tier with the Knicks,
yeah.
Knicks Magic, I think, and then yeah,
Like,
I don't know. That's pretty much it. Pistons, obviously, I think are going to be good, but I think that they should be better than the Pistons. I don't know if they're actually better than but we'll see. We'll see. It's still early.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a
very
lot to give up
interesting
for
trade.
Desmond Bane.
It is a lot.
I don't know. They're obviously going to make, I think, more moves because Jonathan Isaac, obviously, they're still have on the roster. They'll probably move him. So they still have moves to make, but they gave
Mhm.
up a lot of draft capital. Even like the 16th pick, like, I don't know if Carter Bryant will fall to 16, but if he does, I mean, they could have drafted like Carter Bryant, who's,
Yeah,
I mean, he's still a little raw, but I mean, the timelines, Yeah, because Paolo is like 22. I think Franz is like 23. Desmond Bane is 26. So yeah, I mean, I guess the timelines do match up with Desmond Bane, but even like an 18, 19-year-old, I think they could have made that work. So I don't know. It's a bold move from Orlando, to be honest. Like they're clearly like putting all their chips and like poker chips on the table, just going all in this summer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that this early personally. As if I'm in Orlando, like I'm gonna wait it out, see how like Silva kind of develops, see
Oh,
how
they have Silva
Bra-
too, right? Anthony
yeah,
Black.
make sure, yeah, Black, see how Black develops, see how if Wagner can get that 3-point shot back to like a league average, and see how Bencaro makes one more stride up before going all out. I would have waited maybe one more year, or I would have
Oh,
waited at least
wow.
just to see how the season goes. Like I wouldn't have done
Yeah,
this trade like immediately in the off season, like
that's a good
before
point.
anything. Because like I don't know, they could. I don't think like I said, I think they're gonna get like the fourth. They would have gotten the fourth seed or something without
No,
without this trade. So like, oh, now they're going to be second, like third, maybe. I don't see a big difference.
yeah, that's a good point. Like, who else are they? Like, who are they bidding against too? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, they gave up a lot. Like, I don't know if like if you would have off. I don't know. Like, I don't know if anyone else was really bidding for Desmond Bane.
Hmm.
Or like if they were. I didn't even know that he was on the block, to be honest. So
No.
I definitely the
I
trade
mean, I
definitely
think that
surprised me.
Memphis was probably like, oh, like you giving us
Memphis like
four,
had to do
5 picks,
something. Like
yeah,
this isn't working. Like
and
this
you're
is
getting
dying
5 picks
still.
almost. Yeah,
Yeah, Memphis had to.
might
I
as
mean,
well.
Memphis got an
You have to
absolute haul,
accept
to
it.
be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, like even a
that
pick
Phoenix pick
swap.
is juicy,
That
man.
Phoenix pick is insane. I don't know how they got that pick.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a pick they used to send back to Phoenix. No, I don't think they would send that back to Phoenix for Durant. I don't think
how
Durant
was
is
that?
worth that much. That's another thing. Like this kind of has like involved. I don't know. Like people are saying like, oh, then Durant should be going for. I saw some like people saying like, oh, Durant should be going for like just as much, but like no way. Like the
Mhm.
Durant stuff is like that's another like the topic we could talk about, but I wouldn't if I'm Memphis. I don't think I would really trade for Durant. To be honest, I would just hold on to these picks,
Yeah,
and the only thing I could really think of is like if they're trying to move it for like I said a Trey Murphy.
yeah,
I could see them doing that. That's pretty much that's like one trade that wouldn't surprise me if they use some of these picks to get Trey Murphy.
yeah. They just still
To
got to
New
use like
Orleans.
some of it, not a lot, all of it, because then it would be,
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't really expect them to hold on to. I mean, the Phoenix one, like you said, that's the juiciest one. That's probably one that they're hold on to.
yeah,
The other ones they got was Magic 2028 and Magic's 2030 unprotected first. So those probably aren't worth much because you obviously expect the Magic to be pretty good
yeah.
in 2028 at least. And then 5 years from now, Paolo will be in his like like his peak of his prime. So
Right.
assuming he's still in Orlando. So even 2030 might not be a highly coveted pick. And then their pick swap is in 2029. And that one is like, I think it's top two protected. Yeah, top two protected. So yeah, they got a lot of picks, man. They got a lot to work with here if you're climbing the Grizzlies GM. So they're definitely going to be a team to watch this
Yeah.
offseason. See
You're a
what else
Grizzlies
they
fan.
do.
You're happy, man. I'd be a happy
Yeah,
camper.
I'd be happy
Look,
if I'm a Grizzlies
look,
fan.
look at what happened with the Kings. They traded Fox for just 2 firsts and like a bunch of nonsense, man. It's just absolutely
That's
sad.
why, yeah, man. It's just the 3 and D, man. This 3 and D archetype, this Mikal Bridges, Desmond Bane archetype is clearly going for like 4 or 5 first round picks. That's just what the league's evolved to, man. Everyone wants these 3 and D wings. Apparently, these the guards is just sort of like like Darren Fox. I
Man, what
mean,
was like Caruso? Wasn't he
Caruso
worth
wasn't even a pick. They didn't even get a pick. It was straight up
like
Josh
oh, just
Giddey.
Josh
Like I
Giddey.
was thinking
Josh
about
Giddey.
that actually. Like Caruso right now, like how many picks would he go for,
Yeah,
man? Like obviously not 5 because of his age. He's like north of 30, but man,
yeah.
Caruso just went for Josh Giddey straight up. That was a Sam Presti masterclass right there.
Unbelievable stuff. But yeah.
Bulls got absolutely fleeced.
I mean, Josh Giddey's been playing well. He's been playing well. And
Giddy's been playing well, but yeah, that's true. I mean,
He wasn't a bad
you should at least got a pick though, especially with all
Yeah,
the picks the Thunder have.
yeah.
Jeez, man, I tried to get one of those picks.
Another trade that's been going on. We're talking some trade rumors here with the Kings. Been hearing a little bit Sabonis to Pelicans. Scott Perry has a relationship with Joe Dumars there. and they're thinking that Pelicans may want to change things up, try to get a center and stuff. And there's been rumors about like a CJ McCollum, number 7 pick, and Herb Jones for Sabonis and like Devin Carter. That's stuff that's going around. I mean, even like a DeJounte Murray, and I feel like would make more sense because maybe the Kings need like a more true point guard, so they try to get like DeJounte Murray first, and then Herb Jones, and then a 7th pick for Sabonis and the Carter. I don't know. I don't love the CJ McCollum or DeJounte Murray contracts. I don't love them as players either, especially when I'm just trying to rebuild and stuff. That
What's
7th
CJ McCollum's contract? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do not, but I can tell you here.
DeJounte is an interesting one because he's coming off an Achilles, 28 years old. Doesn't he have a? Let me look at his contract. He's on 3 years, 31 million per year. 3 years, 90 million left on his deal. McCollum's expiring.
Yeah, he has 1 more year, so that's actually not a bad play.
Yeah, that's expiring is that's not bad to get an expiring.
So
you said it was McCollum and
Herb Jones,
and the 7th pick. Oh my God! If I'm Sacramento,
I would at
that deal. I would get that deal so fast. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, you got to take it. I mean, I know you're throwing Devin Carter in the trade as well, so you're kind of losing
Devin Carter. You're getting the 7th pick. The 7th pick is probably, if you hit that pick, that's going to be better than Devin Carter.
And you like and Herb Jones. But the thing with Jones is
he's no offense.
Jones too. He has no offense.
I mean, his offense his shot is kind of
yeah. That's the only thing. Like, I just think like he's going to. If you're trying to rebuild and like you're just trying to get like hit for the seat, like a high ceiling players, like Herb Jones is just like a 3-and-D guy that's good for like a playoff team, championship team, stuff like that. What's he gonna do on like a rebuilding team? That's the only question I got. And to get like someone as good as him, like what are you gonna use him for?
Yeah, so he's really like the only player you get besides CJ McCollum, right? In that deal.
Yeah. Like
that's a good point. I mean, he's like light emphasis on the 3 part too, like his offense.
Yeah.
He's more of like a pure like defensive shutdown type of wing.
Yeah.
No, I would not expect like he's not gonna help you like compete right away. Yeah. You're gonna have to surround him with it's not like, to be honest, like it's more like if they do that trade, that kind of signals more of like a rebuild,
right?
Than like trying to compete right now. That type of deal.
And like, what are you gonna do here? Herb Jones will be good in like 2-3 years. Like, I guess if you're trying to stash him for that, that's fine. But I don't know. I feel like you might want to trade him. He's already 26.
He's 26, exactly, and he's like a good shutdown wing defender. His offensive game is very limited. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe you could flip him in a year. I wouldn't be too excited. I'd be more excited for like the 7th pick. That's pretty much what you're
liking bonus.
Does it
like Fears?
Yeah, it does match up. Huh?
Yeah, you would get Fears with that?
7th pick. Who's gonna be around 7? Yeah, Fears, because you're not gonna get like Derek Queen. I don't think that really fits with. I don't think that's what Sacramento's looking for. Maybe they want a point guard. Then maybe if Fears falls, yeah, I think Knibble will be gone by then. Yeah. I mean, if they're looking for a point guard, I think Fears is the only one that could really probably be around that range.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a lot of like bigs, like Colin Murray Boyles, Derek Queen, people like that. Carter Bryan will probably go a little after that, but yeah, I mean, the 7th pick is like that's a high pick. That's a very good pick,
especially in a pretty good draft.
Pretty good draft, exactly. What about the what's the DeJounte Murray? Would you take DeJounte Murray, or like is that just?
I mean, it's like if they're just trying to maintain, like, stay good and stuff like that. I wouldn't want it. I'd rather have CJ actually. But let me take a look at.
Oh wow, really? Because he's expiring.
Yeah, let me look at.
DeJounte Murray has 3 years, 90 million left.
Oh yeah, I would take CJ's in a heartbeat.
And he's coming off an Achilles. That's rough for what is he? 28-year-old point guard. That is that's a hard injury to come off of.
Player option that 3rd year, so he's gonna take that for sure.
Hey, listen, man. Whatever gets you off Sabonis, you know me. I am not a fan of Sabonis. Like, as soon as you could get off Sabonis for me, like that's a W. That's a W for the.
Are you taking this trade, or are you taking RJ, the 9th pick, and Jakub Poeltl?
Oh, back to the Toronto Raptors. Back to the Toronto Raptors trades.
I'm taking the Toronto one.
The Toronto one is Jakob Poeltl, the 9th pick, and RJ
RJ
Barrett
Barrett.
instead of Herb
Just
Jones and
just
CJ
just
McCollum in the
just
7th pick.
yeah, just because I think like RJ's. I think let me make sure
Well,
he's a
the
little
players are
younger.
definitely better. Like the players are getting back from Toronto are better than the players are getting back from the Pelicans.
Yeah,
And then the pick is two
slightly.
spots difference.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I would
yeah.
take Toronto's.
I'd even
Um.
add like Carter to the deal. Yeah, that's fine. Have Carter and Sabonis
Oh yeah, yeah.
for
Devin Carter is gone. Yeah.
yeah. I
I
would
mean,
do
yeah,
that.
they get for Carter and Sabonis. Like, I would do that. I
And
would
then
do that in a
hopefully
heartbeat.
you can get like you get Fears, you get Keon, yeah, Fears, Keon, Barrett, Keegan Murray, and you'll pick up a center, find center somewhere else. Trade.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
There,
you
okay,
could
so I
figure
got
it
to be
out.
on
And
here.
then you also have the Rose, and you're probably gonna ship away.
Exactly. Get maybe a late first or something for him or something if you can. But I'm saying it right now here, saying it right now, according to sources, according to everything I'm reading, the Kings will have a first round pick in this NBA draft. You can lock that up right now. I'm trusting the sources. I'm
I'm
trusting it
what I'm
all.
reading too, but I don't see. I mean, if they're gonna have yeah, they'll trade DeRozan for like the 25th pick or something, man.
Yeah. They'll
It's not
have a
gonna. You
first
think
round
it's gonna be the question is it gonna be a lottery pick? Is it gonna be like a top 15 pick, top 14 pick? That's the question. Like, obviously they could get in the first. You can get the 20th pick. Like, who cares? Like
Yeah, yeah.
the odds of you hitting on that pick are pretty low. So, yeah, I think the quality of the pick is what matters. To be honest, they could say like I've been reading, I've read that stuff. Like, oh, the
Yeah.
Kings are good doing everything like to get in the first. Like, but all the
They have
quality picks.
they, they have told agents that they are going to have a first round pick apparently, and Scott Perry, I'm going to go with that. He has a big time rep and stuff like that. He's not going to ruin it. So if he's telling agents they're getting a first round pick, I'm assuming they're getting a first round pick. So
So what
book
do
it
you
right
think?
now.
I think if it is, it's gonna be like a DeRozan deal.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. I just know it will be a first round pick. I'm probably leaning more likely it's going to be like a 20 or 25, like you're saying. Maybe with a
Yeah, like
Brooklyn.
late 20s, mid like in the 20s somewhere.
Yeah, I think maybe something with like Brooklyn has the 20th pick.
Brooklyn has like
Sorry,
three
19th.
first round picks. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So they think they have the eighth,
They
and
have a ninth, I think 20th, and like I don't know something later.
they have the 19th. They have the 26th and 27th, and they have the eighth pick. They have four picks.
Four first round picks is insane,
Yeah,
and they have like the most salary cap in the NBA. So I've been hearing like I've even heard like De'Aaron Fox maybe to Brooklyn and like not maybe like next year or before the trade deadline. Obviously they've been connected just because of salary cap to Giannis, but I think for Giannis to go there, he's gonna need another superstar to go there first. So hey, Fox and Giannis, Brooklyn Nets, maybe. I
yeah.
mean, probably a long shot, but yeah. I mean, if I'm the Kings, if I could get like a 7th or 9th pick, I mean, I don't know if Fears will fall, but maybe you could get like Jason Richardson's son.
Hmm.
And then there's the Illinois guard, Jaspis. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm not
Yeah.
a big fan of him. But he's another guard that will probably go in that range. But yeah, if I'm them and I could trade Sabonis, because Sabonis, I guess, is the one that can maybe fetch you a lottery pick.
Yeah.
DeRozan isn't going to get you a lottery pick. Um, and I don't know who else, unless they surprisingly, I don't think even Keegan Murray would get you a lottery pick.
Yeah.
So I guess you'd have to trade like Devin Carter and Sabonis just to get. But I don't know. If I'm a team, I would not. If I'm a team, I would not trade a lottery pick for Sabonis. But maybe you could find a GM dumb enough to fall for another Sabonis trap. So, but if I'm the opposing GM, I would stay far away. But if they could do that, then man, Scott Perry's off to a hell of a start, man.
Let's see what happens. I mean, I like that this is like a new thing where you can basically do trades, at least verbally have the trade going like right now, even during the NBA Finals, which is pretty cool.
Oh, like
Uh,
that's what Desmond Bane trade is. It's like
yeah, yeah,
verbally agreed to, and
yeah. It's not
wait,
official
it's
or
not.
anything.
It's official though, because he was in like. It's not official yet. Oh, maybe it's not.
I don't
I
know if
just I don't
I
know
just
how it works. I
yeah.
know that NFL it kind of does this, but then you could get in trouble for like tampering,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like, but it's like everyone knows, like everyone knows the deal. But that's what free agents. I don't know how it works. You don't really see like big trades during the NBA Finals, so
Yeah,
I know
it's
kind of
not it's not
interesting.
it
New
doesn't look
league
like
season
it's
starts, maybe something like that.
like once free agency starts, that's when it's like official, like July 6th.
July
Um,
6th.
but yeah, I think right now it's just like I don't think it's like official, but they're just agreements right now, and so
Okay,
yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see,
interesting.
and
I'm
let's just
waiting
end
for
it
the
off.
Kings, man. Waiting for the Kings to make a move.
I think the one other. So let's just get to this to end it off. I think the KD thing is the other big chip that's probably going to happen that everyone's waiting for to happen before more trades bleed out, right?
That's supposed to happen for the draft on June 25th. So 9 days. Within the next 9 days, everyone's expecting KD to be traded, and there's just been a lot of different circulating rumors around that. So I mean, if you know where he's going, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, now they're saying. I mean, we had a lock here that 2 months ago that he's going to the Spurs, Rockets, or Heat, which is what Shams reported. That's where he wants to be extended. Exactly those three
What
teams.
a call, man! What a call!
Called it here 2 months ago.
Two
Absolutely
months
great.
ago, just another early prediction from the guru right here.
Just light work from the NBA Guru Show. We put in a good show here, and but there is a little bit of a slight sneaky team with Minnesota here. Minnesota wants to be that team to get KD, and they want to be that team, and they're trying to convince Durant, hey, extend with us, man. We want you to extend. We want you here. You get Edwards, you got Randall, or whatever the trade will be. I think they're trying to get him there. That's a possibility, is what I'm hearing as well. But I don't
I'm
know.
hearing that Minnesota is ready to do the deal, and it's
Yeah,
just what's holding him back is just KD doesn't
and then
really want to. He's not sure if he wants to go there.
you
It
think the
kind of
trade
is
is
like
the
drawing parallels to like the Jimmy Butler situation, where
yeah,
I don't know if you remember, like Jimmy Butler, he kind of like didn't really want to go to the Warriors at first. Like if you remember those reports,
yeah,
like you can find those reports, like if you look them up. So, but at the end of the day, the Warriors were pretty much the only team that were going to pay him 60 mil a year. So he's
yeah.
like, you know what? If they're going to pay me the money, let's give it a shot. So I think that might be what's happening with Durant. And then in terms of like, we ran through it a couple months ago. It's just going to be hard for a team like the Timberwolves in the second apron. They're pretty much going to have to bring a third team
Right.
in to make the deal. So, I
That's
mean,
true. But like, so
yeah,
do you think it's going to be Gobert and Dante
it,
DiVincenzo and like
I think it's just going to be Gobert and DiVincenzo.
just for Durant
I don't
straight
think
up?
they'll trade Rob Dillingham. I
No,
don't think
no,
they'll
no.
put
They
him in the
wouldn't.
deal. I don't know. Maybe they'll throw in a first
Do you
round
think
pick.
that's worth it? Like, why does I don't get why Minnesota's doing this because I think
No, I think KD is being massively overvalued right now.
yeah, big time.
I think big time overvalued. I think that he's in his 19th season. He's had numerous foot surgeries,
Injuries,
Achilles
yep.
injury.
A lot of games
I think
every
that
year.
people, yeah, a lot of injuries. I think people are like, when they think of KD,
Forgetting.
obviously they remember peak KD.
Yeah.
He actually had a good season too, but I think that, man, age creeps on you fast. And if you buy KD
High.
and then he gets hurt, then
Yeah.
that's just buyers. This just screams buyer's remorse like right away to me. As
Yeah.
soon as that first KD injury hits,
And you're losing
then you're gonna
some
be like,
depth.
huh?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you're
losing some depth, and
sacrificing
just like
depth and defense, man.
big time defense. I will say this. I'm gonna like. There's two things. So Durant, yeah, he had a good season, but like you said, injury wise, like I think 4 years before that, he played like, way less games, right?
Yeah.
Um, let me see. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
No, I
read.
think it's like buyers beware. If I'm a GM, I think this is I think the GMs are being smart of those teams. I'm hearing San Antonio like doesn't really want
Fine.
to.
They're not giving
Yeah,
a
they
high
don't
offer.
really want KD. That's what I'm hearing anyway. They're not. They're like, I'm hearing like they're not even willing to
Low
give
offer.
like Jeremy Sohan like, which
Yeah.
is insane. I mean, so like I feel like GMs are actually, this is why a KD deal hasn't happened yet. GM fans, this is where I think there's like that knowledge gap sort of between like the fans and the GMs. Like GMs like know like, hey, this dude's going into his 20th season, multiple injuries, like, and he's about to be in his last year. Not just that, he's gonna want a 2 year, $122 million extension. So you're gonna pay how old's KD, like 37? You're gonna pay this
Yeah.
dude when he turns like almost 40, 60 million in a year. Yeah, I'm not. if I'm a GM, I'm not even sure if I would trade for KD unless it's super cheap, like
Yeah.
super cheap deal. And then Phoenix is probably like, yo, they're gonna try to get what the most they can. So that's why there's sort of like a standstill right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say this very strongly. I would not, like you're saying, I would not overpay for Kevin Durant. This guy he had a 2 good seasons. He played 62 and 75 games the last 2 seasons. But before that, 47, and then 39, 55, 32, and did not play the year before that in that 2020 season.
Yeah, yeah, he's
That is ugly stuff.
averaging almost like 40 games a year before the past 2 seasons,
Yeah, and he's turning
and
37
he's
in
been
September.
older. Yeah,
Yeah. So I would not do that at all. And I would stay away, and it's got to be a cheap for this to happen. So
yeah, he turns
um
37 on the September 29th. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you on this one. Like, and I'm not, and even if like I'm the Rockets, I guess the Rockets are a team like I'm hearing like Jalen Green and Jabari Smith and like a first round pick for KD. Even to me, that's like almost overpaying, to be honest.
yeah.
I would rather just ride it out with Jalen Green. I mean, he's making 33 million a year, and I think I'm a big Jabari Smith fan. I was a big fan of him coming out of his college. It hasn't really like worked out in Houston, but I still think he's a player that has loads of potential. I think just maybe like this fit hasn't really been great in Houston, but
Yeah.
even to me, like that's overpay. Like Jalen Green, Jabari, and a pick for KD is like overpay to me. So I don't know. I'm just seeing like some of these deals and they're just like complete overpay to me. So it would have to be like a very specific situation for me to even trade for KD, like willingly go out and ask for KD. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why. That's probably why he hasn't been traded yet. But we'll see. I mean, it's supposed to be in the next 9 days. So
Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, like, I wonder what San Antonio's offering if it's like just Vassell and Barnes and like nothing else, like maybe
yeah,
something like that.
honestly, probably like just
Yeah,
maybe even like I don't even know if they're willing to give up like the 14th pick. To
yeah,
be
no,
honest, like
yeah. I think it's just Vassell and Barnes and
it's
say
just
you
selling
take it or
Barnes
leave
and
it.
like yeah, and like Phoenix is like yeah, take it. I mean, Phoenix is probably trying to. I think Phoenix is trying to like desperately try to get more for
Yeah,
KD, but I just feel like the market isn't there compared to like what the media, the NBA media,
yeah,
and the fans think. Like they must think like I think they're just thinking like there's a bigger market out there for KD than there actually is, but I don't
yeah.
think so. I think the NBA GMs are smarter than that. So
I also think Miami Heat actually might be one of the closer
oh yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
can
The
happen.
Heat. See
Like
the Heat.
there,
I've seen like Khalil Ware. Like I wouldn't even trade Khalil Ware. Like I would
yeah, yeah,
not.
I
He
would.
would be like off limits in a trade for KD for me if I'm Pat Riley. So even the Heat, I guess like I don't know. They do have I don't know
Would
Andrew
it be like
Wiggins.
maybe Wiggins and Rozier or something? Like,
Yeah, like Wiggins and Rozier, but then again, like Phoenix, like you're getting like that's what you're getting for KD. That would be a disastrous return. I mean, you gave up
yeah,
so much for KD.
it's got to be like Wiggins, Rozier, and they gotta add like one, maybe like a
Pick.
Jovic or a pick
Yeah,
or
Jovic
one of
maybe
those. Yeah,
something like
or a
that.
high Kez, maybe a high Kez.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Yeah, yeah, that could work, but I don't know. The KD also,
That's not
yeah, KD did say Miami is one of the teams, but
that's
even
not
then,
terrible to I'm gonna put it in the trade machine here.
the
See if I can get
Miami
it.
return,
So it'd be Wiggins. I'll put in
Montes,
Duncan Robinson. Even I mean these guys are expiring. That's not bad for the
Duncan
Sun.
Robinson's expiring. Yeah,
um,
so I guess
forward.
Rozier like expiring too? He's
Yeah,
closer 2 years.
he has a
Rozier's
1 year,
expiring. All
27
right,
million. Yeah,
Rozier
and
wasn't
Duncan's
even in
one
the
year, 20.
rotation at the end. And Wiggins, Rozier, Duncan Robinson, those are like they're like all 30 years old, man. Like
Yeah,
and I guess like if you're Phoenix, since you don't have your own pick, you kind of have to compete next year anyway. So I guess if you want like NBA ready players with experience that you could put next to Devin Booker,
yeah.
man, it's the Phoenix Suns are in an ugly, ugly situation. I know we've compared them to the Sacramento Kings situation, but man, it's at least they have Booker. I guess that's why we sort of gave the edge to Phoenix. But man, they're in a dire situation as a franchise. Their new owner, Matt Ishbia, kind of just like absolutely tanked them. Especially that Bradley Beal deal. Jeez, man, no trade clause for Bradley Beal.
That is very hard
Nasty
to
stuff,
recover
man.
from. Yeah, you can't recover from that.
Yeah, good luck
Um,
with that.
yeah, I mean, it looks like it'd be it's got to be like Durant for Wiggins, Rozier, and like a young player, and then that's like the foundation of it.
Yeah,
So
I guess maybe the Suns can maybe ask for like a first round pick, assuming they're in the East, and the Heat are probably that pick is probably going to be like in the 20s. So
mhm.
they could do that. I mean, that I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. To be honest, it's looking like a lot. It's I don't know. It's hard to read, man. Like to be honest, like there's contrasting reports like every day. So I don't know, man. Good luck if you're trying to predict where he lands. I mean, we said we said it 3 months ago, so we did
Just
say it.
something like this. So, Wiggins, Robinson, Jovic, or you can probably replace Jovic with Jaquez.
I'd
Something
rather
like
have
that.
Jovic. I mean,
Yeah,
Jaquez, I'm not a big fan of. And Jovic is
Jovic is younger.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Jovic.
That's would you take that as a Suns? Like, is that good?
I would
Like,
take that if I have no choice. I mean, they might not have a choice. Like, this might
yeah.
just be the best deal they're getting offered, to be honest.
Would you say this is better than Vassell and
Yeah,
Barnes?
Harrison Barnes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. But I'd rather have Jovic's
Jovic,
potential,
yeah. And not
and you're
just that,
getting
like you're getting two. I guess Duncan Robinson didn't really play a lot last year, but maybe you could get
expiring.
something out of and he's there. Duncan Robinson's a terrible defender.
Yeah, yeah.
Andrew Wiggins is this man, how old is Andrew Wiggins? Has got to be like what, 31 now? Yeah, I think I would just take this deal because I think I would I think with that deal you're pretty much banking on Vassell. I'd rather have Jovic, to be honest.
I mean, this might be what's on the table. So, what the Spurs offered, what we said, and then this is what the Suns are offered, and maybe like the Suns are like, hey, just get us like one more pick and we'll do it. Like, give us like,
Yeah,
you know,
like their 26 pick. I don't know if the Heat have it or something. That's probably not going to be, or maybe like a protected
yeah,
pick.
they have the 20th
Oh, they do
pick in the
have their
draft.
26. Oh, no protections on the Warriors pick next year.
Exactly. On this year, yeah.
Oh, this year. No, that yeah, they're not going to trade that.
But
Oh, actually, they might. They might because
I
what
mean,
pick is that? That's going to be in the 20s, right?
it's 20th pick this year.
Yeah, yeah, 20th pick. Yeah, so they might just give them. I don't even know
That's
what
probably what
pick.
the Suns are waiting. Just give us this pick and like we'll do it with you guys. Give us the 20th pick,
Yeah,
Jovic and Wiggins,
because
Robinson.
Durant said he would go there too, right? I think that was on the list of
Yeah, that's on the list
destinations.
of 3. Yes, sir. Right there.
There you go, right there, man. That might be it. That might be the best the Suns could get right there, man. You heard it here before Shams reports it in a few days, man.
Yep,
This
absolutely.
is what's on the table. Just wait for that Shams bomb. You got the Guru bomb right here, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what
We'll
happens,
see,
but
man.
it's getting interesting, man. There's one day left, or maybe 1 or 2 games left. The NBA Finals. Then we get the draft. We'll be having a lot more content here. We're getting you guys a draft video up pretty in the next week. We're gonna have a draft expert, so that's gonna be exciting for you guys to see, and a lot more content, a lot more trade stuff. We'll go into the trade machine as well in way more episodes. So appreciate you guys joining, and hope to see you guys